Hey guys, hi, good evening. This is Prajakta from QuestionPro. Today we are having a webinar on how to collect the responses, logic, and also how to use the offline app. So I know you all have attended the first webinar which was conducted last week. That is how to edit a survey, like what all question types you can add in your survey, what is market research and all. So today we'll be moving towards next step. As you know, we all have created individual accounts for you all. So I'll just log into my account. Initially, I'll just take you through the overview. That is the part which we had covered last week of creating a survey. Here you can see an option, create survey. So there are three ways in which we can actually create a survey. First is you can create from a scratch if you already have the questions in your mind, which is designed on pen and paper. Second way is we are having more than 75 types of different ready-made templates with us. So if any of the template matches with your research data, you can just use it ready-madely. The questions in it are completely editable. You can remove the questions from that. You can also add up your own questions. You can edit the options under them. So a ready-made template will be designed for you. And the third option is you can import a Word file. That is, if you already have questionnaire designed in the Microsoft Word format, you can just import that from here. You just need to follow a simple syntax which is given out already in there for the like question types. So once that has been done, you just need to import it from here and a questionnaire will be ready for you. So I'll just take you like how you can create it from a scratch. If suppose I name my survey as test survey, I'll just say create. So here you can start adding questions to your survey. We are having basic as well as advanced question types. So you can just go through all of the questions which we have. I'll just show how you can add a question. You just need to select the question. From here a question type can be added up. That is, if I say, how often do you shop online? So the question gets added up here and I can add the options. So maybe I say weekly and annually. You can also add the other option. That is, if the option which is not present, you can add that up, the respondents, and you can also make it required. So in a similar manner, you can add different type of questions. Just say add question, and these are the different question types. And like in multiple choice, we are having the basic ones. Then we are having in text, the comment box, contact information template. Then the matrix table, different type of advanced as well as basic matrix. Then we are having rating questions, that is a star rating, thumbs up. That is to make your survey more attractive. Then we are having ordering questions. We are also having image chooser. That is, you can add up the images for the options which you're giving out. Then we are having presentation text. That is, if you want to add introduction, you can add it from here. You just need to add this simple presentation text question type and you can describe what the questionnaire is all about. Or also if you need to give some another description, that is why the survey needs to be responded, or the next part of the survey will be based upon this. So you can also do that. Then we also have advanced question types. So the main question, that is NPS, then budget scale. You can also add image, multimedia. Image and multimedia, we are having video question type, that is based upon a video. If you want to take some survey, you can also take that. Then we are having under mobile QR code, stopwatch, barcode, and like again QR code reader. So that is in case if you want to add some question based upon the QR code, you can do that. Then we are having upload, that is attachments, attach a file, any file, like it can be up to 25 MB, and or you can also ask for digital signature. And the logic. So we are also going to cover complete logic part. So randomizing, then custom logic, everything. Then we are also having advanced questions, that is conjoint, max diff, and the healthcare. So depending upon your survey, you can just add up different questions to your survey, and once that are being done, you can then start sending out the survey. So as we have already told you, we'll be also helping you with all the like all your work for your internship. So we'll be also guiding you personally, that is which all question types should be added for your research survey. So apart from that, you can also make your survey more smarter. Now, last week we have covered how to create a questionnaire, but now we will see today how to make that questionnaire more smarter. So we are, along with these different settings, we are also providing logic question type for you. So what this logic does is, there are different types of logics which you can add up to your questionnaire and make that survey more smarter, so that you can actually add multiple questions. So even if there are 50 questions in your survey, but you need to you need to display from that 50 only 10 questions to each respondent based upon the first choice he made, you can do that. So you can see these are the different types of logic. I'll take you one by one through all of them. So the first logic was skip logic. Skip logic is nothing but a simple question. If I say, that is, do you like ice cream? So we can have two options, yes or no. If it's yes, then I'll just preview this questionnaire. If I say yes, then I can be asked with second question type based upon the first, or I can be skipped to terminate the survey or the new ones. So like this is the question which I had designed. Hello, we at QuestionPro would like to hire the experienced candidates. Please mention your details below. So if this is the introduction text, I'll ask the gender, and I'll ask if the candidate is fresher or experienced. Now I had already mentioned I want experience. So if I say experienced, then I'll be asked with enter your total experience. But instead, if I go and say if I'm a fresher, even after saying that we need experienced candidates, so it will automatically terminate the survey. So in this manner, you can add a simple logic, that is skip logic, to your survey. So how this can be done is, this is the introduction text, this is the basic question. Then I have added the logic here. So you just need to go on logic, go on skip logic, and see if I'm a fresher, I need to terminate the survey. You just need to select it from here. If I'm experienced candidate, then I'll be switched to the next question, that is enter your total experience. Got it? So this was simple skip logic. Now you can see this piping text as optional. You can also add that. Now if you have seen the like when I previewed the survey, if you have seen, it was mentioned in the bracket, that is, as you have selected experienced in the above question, so you have been asked the fourth question, that is, what is your experience? So this is the piping text which you can add up, which is optional, just to show him or her that is why this option or why this next question has been asked to him. So I have added the text here. I'll show you the command which you need to give out. So see, I have given out a command, enter your total experience, and in bracket I am mentioning that piping text, and the syntax is dollar curly opening and closing bracket and the piping text. So I'll just show this again. So that piping text has been fetched up from there, from the above question. So you can see here, as you selected experienced in above question, so that piping text has been fetched from the above question. So in a similar manner, if you require, you can add that piping text, else that doesn't need to be compulsory mentioned. You can just add simple skip logic. Then we are having a next logic, compound delayed branching. So I'll just take you through an example. Guys, please let me know if you have any queries at any moment so that that query has been resolved at the same time. So I'll just tell you what this compound delayed branching logic is. So I'll just preview this questionnaire first. So if initially I'm asking the gender, that is male or female, then I'm asking the age group. So what this logic is, if you must have studied the and or compound logic in the basic maths. So if like first and the second criteria is met, then I need to jump on like maybe question number 5 or maybe question number 6. But if that criteria is not met, then he just need to jump on any other question or maybe just terminate the survey. So in a similar manner, you can add that compound or compound logic. It can be AND logic or logic. So I'll just show you how you can add that. Now this was the basic question, that is gender, and the next is age group. So I have added a logic here. So I have defined a criteria. Initially, it asks to define a criteria. So maybe if I say I am selecting first criteria. First criteria I have mentioned as select if the female gender is selected and if age group is selected as below 18, then I will be jumping you are not eligible for marriage. That is question number 4. But if that criteria otherwise he will be jumping to you are eligible for marriage. So in a similar manner, I'll show how to add a new criteria. So I'm defining as maybe criteria 2. Then I'll select a question that is gendered as, now the first was in female, so I'll select for male. If male is selected, and along with that, if for the age group, if it's about 21, so I have created a new criteria. So if this condition is met for the criteria 2, then he is eligible for marriage or he is not. So in a similar manner, you just need to see that question logic. Once it's done, you can preview it. So if I'm selecting as female, if she's below 18, the criteria is met, you are not eligible for marriage. Got it? So that was adding of criteria initially with either and or or. So I have just shown you using and. So you can also add using or logic. So see here, if I say it as criteria 3, and maybe if I'm like again selecting some another criteria. So see, when I'm adding another, so instead of add and, you can also add or. So in this manner, you can set that compound logic as either for anding or oring. And then based upon that criteria, you can set the logic, that is to which question number he should jump or otherwise to which question she should jump. So this was all about compound or delayed branching logic. I hope you got this logic. So next we'll be moving towards quota control. I'll show you an example again for that. So now, as you are already aware of the Nykaa brand, so it's the mostly online beauty and wellness destination. So a online shopping for women. So I had actually created a survey wherein if like I want responses mostly from women. So instead of, we cannot set that criteria, right? Like mostly from women and not from men. So here in QuestionPro, you can actually set that criteria. That is, you can actually, when you're adding gender, I have added a logic under quota control. That is, from the 5 responses, I want only total 5 responses for today. And for male, I need only 1. And for female, I need 4 responses. So even if the second male tries to answer to that survey, then he will be displayed with the quota over limit message. And if there are females, if there are like 2 or 3 or 4 females, after they are completed with the survey, it will be terminated for them. And for the again 5th woman, it won't be available for her. So I'll just show example. So if I am previewing the survey, so now I want only one response from a male. So I have also added a logo. You can add introduction text. So now I'm selecting male. Okay, actually I had already responded once, so it's not like taking. I'll reset the logic. I'll make it as 2. And let's try to answer the survey. So I will be selecting gender as male. The male, okay, I'm so sorry again, like 2, it was already done. So see, the quota control message is being displayed. Thanks for your time. We would love to have more responses from females. Have a great day ahead. So in a similar manner, if a female try to respond it, she can respond to the survey, and the quota was being set for male and for female. So you can actually set the quota for your own survey as well. See, if a female is now trying to respond a survey, she can respond to it, and once it's done, she can actually, she will be terminated. That is, she will be going to the end page. She will be heading towards the last page. So thanks for your feedback. Have a great day ahead. So in a similar manner, you can actually set a quota control. If like you are doing some great survey, and if you want only 100 responses from either, like now this logic was set for male female, but in a similar manner, if you want to set some other criteria, you can also set up the quota. So now we have seen a logic for skip logic, compound delayed branching, quota control. Now the next logic is dynamic text or comment box. So let's go through the example for that. So what this dynamic does is, I'll preview a text for you. You already know that is in a single select, you can add different options. That is, if I say which sport do you like to play, I can select different options, and I can also add the other option. This is the basic thing which anyone can do. So initially I'm asking a personal information. That is, see, you can actually set up personal information in just one question type. That is, I am asking his name, school name, standard, and city in his contact information question type. And the next I'm doing is adding a logic of dynamic text. So what I've done is, if I select which sport do you like to play, so if I select I like to play basketball, so immediately I'll be taken to a dynamic text box. What do you like about basketball? So this is a dynamic text box which can be added up for the different single select options for the survey. So I'll show you how that can be done. So this was, as I said, a basic question type, that is contact information question type, which you can add from the text question types. And then next I'll be setting up a logic here. So this is dynamic text comment. If I'm saying cricket, I'm enabling a dynamic text box for him. That is, what do you know about cricket? In a similar manner, I have set enabled for all. That is, if it's selecting volleyball, then what do you know about volleyball? In a similar manner, you can set this for any option. So I have given this example for sports question type. You can ask it for any. So if there is again a second example being asked, wherein if the person says yes, then I need among the like or dislike. If the person says yes, then I can be asked for the with the dynamic box. That is, if since you have selected yes, please mention the reason for it. So, or if he selects no, then there is no need to give any dynamic text box, right? So in a similar manner, you can add a dynamic text box and make your survey more smarter. So moving towards the show hide question logic. So this is again a simple logic which you can add to your survey. That is, if you need to display the different question types which are there present in the survey. So as I said initially, if there are 50 questions, total 50 questions in your survey, and if you want to show only few based upon the options which he has selected in first question, so you can also do that. So no need that is a respondent need not answer to all those 50 questions. He'll be answering only to the few which are related to the option which he has selected in question number 1. So I have just prepared this example survey for you. Now I had asked, what would you like to have for today? If I say pizza, so I'll be asked with a question, which outlet would you like to visit? So if I say Pizza Hut, I'm done. Instead, I have actually added 4 questions in the survey, but it displayed only 2 questions based upon the first option which I had selected, either pizza or burger. So depending upon the first option which is selected, I'll be like visiting uh, like to the next question, which outlet, either the Pizza Hut Domino's for pizza or McD or Burger King for the burger. So I'll show how you can add the logic. For that, you just need to go under the logic. So in a similar manner, where since when we had added a logic for compound or delayed branching, here also you need to select a criteria, like set a criteria again. So I had selected a criteria, made a criteria, that is criteria 1 adds question first, that is what would you like to have. If it was pizza, so criteria 1 is pizza, then I will set a logic for this. Now I had set a logic on question number 2, that is, if question number 2, for question number 2, it will be show that question, and the third question won't be seen to him. In a similar manner, I will be going on third question type, and I will be setting logic again. That is, if the criteria 2 is met, that is, if he has selected burger, then the third question will be shown to him, and not the second one, that is the Pizza Hut and the Domino's outlet question. So in this manner, you can add multiple questions to your survey, but only few can be displayed based upon the choices which he had done like in the question number 1. So this was all about show hide question logic. Moving next towards show hide options. So this is again the same, that is, in this question, like in this logic, you can actually show or hide different questions, and in next you can show or hide the options under that question. So going again through the same example, I have created actually different surveys for all of the separate logic, because you cannot add more than one logic on one survey. So again, the question was, what would you like to have for today, pizza or burger? And I have added all the 4 options in one question type itself, that is Pizza Hut, Domino's, McD or Burger King. So I'll show the logic for that. I'll preview this questionnaire first for you. So if I say I like to have pizza, I would display it only with 2 options and not the other 2 options which was actually added in the question type, which you can see here. All the 4 options are already added. So I'll be going towards the on logic, and this criteria has been set. So for example, if I select Pizza Hut, then the option 1, that is, initially I had defined a criteria. That is, from here you can name the criteria, you can again select, that is what would you like to have for today. If I select pizza, so I will be saving this, and based upon that, so option 1 was pizza and option 2 was burger. So in a similar manner, if the Pizza Hut, when option 1 is selected, then I'll be shown with only Pizza Hut and Domino's options. And if the another criteria, that is option 2, is being selected, then these two options will be displayed. And you can also add a reverse logic. That is, if you do not want to show the options which are given out. So this was all about show hide options. That is based upon the question 1 option, whichever you are selecting, which options you want to display from the options which are given out completely in the next question. Now we'll be moving towards scoring logic. So scoring logic is again a simple one. That is, you can actually rate the options which you are adding to your survey. So maybe I have actually created a test. So I'll just preview this for you. So this was the introduction, and this is now coming up the psychometric text, that is the numeric reasoning, 2 questions. Every right option carries 5 marks and the wrong option carries 0 marks. So I'm randomly actually answering the options, and at the end I can see my score. So these were the 4 different sections which I had added situational reasoning. So once I say I'm done, the marks can be displayed section wise. So thank you for appearing the test. For numerical reasoning, you have scored 5. For verbal reasoning, 0. For diagrammatic reasoning, you have again scored 0, and the situational judgment is 5. So your total score will also be displayed. So this can be actually calculated from the scoring logic. So I'll show you how it can be done. So if this is a question which I've added, and if I want to add the scoring logic, I just need to go under scoring, and this is the question. The right option is $534K. So I'll be rating it as 5, and the other options will be kept as 0. You can also give out negative marking if you want to. So once that is being met, you just need to say save question logic, and the logic is being set. So in a similar manner, once that's completely done, the scores will be automatically calculated, and if you want to display it on the last page, you just need to go on completion, and here you just need, initially it will be displaying none, but you have to select thank you page with link. You can display the message. Now, as I have shown at the end, thank you for appearing the test, your reasoning, like your numerical reasoning scoring is. So this is the complete thing. So how you can do is, you just need to add, that is, I'll be again showing you your score is. I'll be just typing this, and I need to click on score. So this is a syntax which is automatically coming up, which you need not type. This helps you to calculate the total score, and you just need to insert a variable from here. In a similar manner, you can insert different custom variables. That is, if you want to, maybe if you're giving out, like thank you Prajakta for appearing a test, your score is. So Prajakta will be automatically fetched from the list. You need to add the custom variable for that. I'll just explain this as well at the end. What are the uses of this custom variable? Now this was all for the logic. That is how you can show, that is display the marks. So in this manner, you can actually rate the questions on the options based upon the logic you are adding up. So for now, we are done with till scoring logic. Recommendation engine is again the similar one that is like scoring. You just need to give out the score, and based upon that, if you select recommendation, the values will be score range will be given out. So if it's between 1 to 5, it will be displaying that. If it's between 6 and 7, it's average, and if it's between 8 to 10, it's good. And the last one is JavaScript logic. So JavaScript logic is actually a coding part comes in. So if you want to have some other logic, other other logic means the logic which is not actually present with us, which is like given out to you among these options. So if that logic is not working for you and you want more advanced, then a JavaScript logic needs to be scripting needs to be added. So for that, you actually need to get back to us, and a QuestionPro manager will get back to you, and he'll be adding the required criteria. So this was all about adding logic to the survey. And also there is a last logic which you can add up to the survey. It is extraction. Now actually extraction was not being displayed there because it can be applied only upon few question types. So now I have already added this question type, that is select your favorite food item. So if I go on logic, now you can see extraction here. Initially it wasn't displaying that extraction because if I select a single select question type, you cannot apply an extraction on that. But which all question types you can add upon is can be seen from here. So you can see these are the different question types for which you can apply extraction logic. So I'll just preview this question type for you. So if I'm selecting maybe which is your favorite food item, South Indian, Italian, and Chinese. So now among these three which I had selected in the last, I'll be asked with what would you like to have for today. So maybe I'll say Italian. So then maybe I can place the order, that is I would like to have Italian for today. So how this is actually done is you just need to add a simple question, that is now here I have added multiple select question. I'll go on logic. I will go on extraction. And I will just say save question logic. So what this will do is it will be displaying all those options automatically as the next question. And there I need to then add the question text. That is the similar one. That is what would you like to have for today. So in a similar manner, these options are automatically displayed using that extraction logic, and you just need to add a question type for that. So that is, instead if I would have added, that is reverse logic, so it would have like responded with the options which I won't select. So I'll show you how it can be done. So if I say click on this and save logic, so what this will do is display the options that are not select from the source question in the extracted question. That is, since I had initially selected South Indian, Italian, and Chinese, so it was asking me what would you like to have for today. Among these three, But since I have now added reverse logic to that, reverse extraction logic, now it will be displaying me the options that is Mexican and continental, and then it will be asking a question. Then I can ask a question from that is if why you would not like to have a Mexican and Italian among the options. So in a similar manner, you can add extraction logic for your survey. And this was all about the different types of logic which you can add up to your survey. Moving towards the next part, once you have completely designed your survey, made it more smarter, then next part comes in, that is you need to send out that survey. That is, you need to collect the responses for that survey. So we are having different platforms from where you can collect the responses. So when you go on send, you can see these are the different options: email, social, community, embed, QR code, and by respondents. So we'll be going through one by one to all. The simple one, that is email. So email template is already designed. You just need to add the email IDs of the respondents. So here you can also connect up yourself with the Gmail accounts. So if I get connected with that, then I'll be automatically displaying with all the email IDs which are like connected to my Gmail account. Or else I can also add up the email ID manually. So if I'm sending it to this email ID, I'll just the default template is already available. If I don't want this, I can create a new template for myself. And once that is done, the survey link is automatically displaying up here. If you need to add it separately, you can add it from here. That is, if I click on anonymous respondents, so I won't be able, that is, I won't be able to track the respondents' details. But if I say track respondents, then I can, then I'll be fetched with the IP address of the respondent, and if there is more information about the respondent, it will be also displayed. So that respondent won't be anonymous anymore. So once that is done, I'll be just saying send. So in a similar manner, apart from that, if you are having more number of email IDs instead of just 2 to 5, so you can also create an email list. So you just need to go on create email list, and you just need to like, maybe if I'm saying I'm creating a new email list, it will be like global or the service specific. And once that is done, I'll be creating a new list based upon the different options. So here I'll be just saying browse. Now I don't have any file ready on my PC. So once I say browse, I can just add up the email list, that is the Excel sheet with all the email IDs contained into it. So once that is done, you can also view an example file from here, what syntax needs to be followed. So once that is done, you just need to say upload from here. And on a single click, it will be going to all the people who are under that Excel sheet list. So see, this initially the first column needs to be remain as email address, and these are the different types, that is first name, last name, custom 1, 2, 3, that is custom variables are like adding their details. So if I'm asking, if in the email I'm adding up hello Prajakta More, so it is first name, last name. Then custom variable will be in the maybe in the email template, if I'm saying since you're working at QuestionPro, so QuestionPro is the name of the company. So in custom 1, I'll be mentioning the name of the organization where I'm working. The custom 2 can be my position. So since you are working as business development manager in QuestionPro, so that is my position. So that can be made as custom 2 as a variable. So in a similar manner, you can add 255 custom variables in your email template as well, wherein if the this values will be fetched from this email list, and that will be completely displayed in, that is, it can be, the email will be with all the specific details mentioned in the list. So this was about customizing the email address. You can also insert the variables from here, which I have given the example. You can also add them from here. You can change the language, or you can also email embed, that is. So if you are adding it, then the question that is only the first question from the survey will be displayed in the question in the email. So now you have seen that was my first question in the survey, select your favorite food item. So if I, now this is a preview for you, that is if I'm sending using enable embed email, that is embed question in email. So that is embedding question number 1 from the survey into the email. So if I click on South Indian, now this is just a preview when I'm actually adding, when I'll send it to any respondent. So if I click on any of this option, then that will be automatically going to that survey. And then I can completely respond to that survey. So that is just a way of displaying question number 1 in the email, so that it actually helps the respondent to know what this survey is all about instead of reading the complete email template. So this was all about email address. That is, you can send it to multiple email addresses at a time. The second option is send later. So you can also send this email, like you can customize the email completely, and you can send it later. That is, maybe if I'm setting a date and time, you just need to specify it accordingly, Indian time. And once I'm setting that, then that email will be sent accordingly based upon the date and timing which I've set. The next option is social. So social is nothing but pasting your survey on different social media websites, that is Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, or also WhatsApp web. You all are already aware of WhatsApp web, that is, you must be getting different surveys in your WhatsApp groups. So what that is all about, you are just pasting this link, that is copy, and if I am maybe pasting it on any of my social media accounts, so I'll be clicking on that link, and then I can be answered to that survey. So in a similar manner, what you need to do under social is, you can log into your Facebook or any of these accounts from here, and you just need to paste this link onto your social media account, and that will be helping you to collect the responses from all the contacts which you are having under that social media website. Then the third is community. Community is nothing but creating a group of people who are actually like frequently answering your survey. So maybe example is like, if I am conducting a survey for Starbucks, so I'll be creating a community who are frequently visiting to the shop, and it will be like I have named the community coffee lovers. So I'll be, if I'm creating different maybe different coupon codes, or maybe different attractive messages for the people who are frequently visiting the Starbucks. So on a single click, I'll be sending that all those surveys every time on a single click to that particular community. So I can add any number of people into that community, and I can be sent. I can send that surveys, that is, or that questionnaires to all those people on a single click instead of adding them again and again every time. So that is nothing but creating a community. Then comes the next option is embed. So embed is nothing but adding a survey onto your website. So if you have your own personal website, you can also design different types of surveys or the questionnaires for that website. So maybe if it, for example, you must have seen there are different types of website wherein if you visit on that, a pop-up or the exit, when you're exiting the website, a survey comes up. So maybe if you have visited few of the university website, a pop-up survey comes up, mention your contact details. So that is name, address, phone number, and the email address. So in a similar manner, you can also design that kind of like survey for your own website. So now I'll just take you through different ones. That is website embed. Under that, it's email. That is HTML link. So adding a link to your survey from your website, that is HTML link will be pasted up on the website. That is, it won't be a complete display of questionnaire, but it will be only a link which will be displayed. And once I click on that link, I will be then able to answer to that survey. Then is web feedback. Web feedback is nothing but like, I just show you the example. So if you want to have a look, like you can, if you want to have a tab, so you can see it here, a tab pops up, and then the questionnaire which I have designed will be displayed up here. I can also set this tab either right, left. I can like change the look and feel of the tab, and that can be again embedded into the website. Then comes the next part as page overlay. That is, if you want to display a small tab at the center in this manner, it can also be done. Tab survey is nothing but like if you want to allow users to take a survey on your website in a new browser tab. That is, a pop-up will come up, but that tab will take you to a new window completely instead of keeping you on the same page. So for that, there are different options. So it is tab survey, tab feedback. That is, it will be again taking you to a new browser, but it will also be showing this like what we call as tab on the same page. Then web pop-up is nothing but it will, when once you visit that website, a pop-up survey will come up from down or maybe from left or right, whatever you are setting up, and that pop-up survey can then be answered. Then we have exit survey. And exit survey is nothing but when you are closing the website, survey can be taken up by the respondent. And canvas is again nothing but like I'll just show the example. So if I say preview, okay, I'm sorry. Actually, we are having better example here. So see, if I'm selecting canvas, along now if you are clicking on this feedback, so along with the survey, you can also add a tip title and a description for that. So if my survey is based on some specific questions, I can also add a tip for that particular survey. So maybe a tip title can also be added up and a description can also be added up. So why we need the response for this particular questionnaire, and what like how it will help, how your responses will help us. So all that can also be described on that page itself. So that is nothing but canvas, that is feedback canvas tab. So this was like embed, that is embedding a questionnaire or a survey on your own website. So you just, what you are doing is you are just pasting this code on your website, and that will then display, or that will then pop up a survey on your own website. So scripting is already done for you. You just need to paste this on your main website page through the admin. Then the next one is QR code. QR code is nothing but, as you all know, if you have visited different pamphlets which are displayed on the on your college boards. So if you are scanning a QR code through your QR code reader on the phone, then all the information related about that topic is being then displayed on your phone. So it is nothing but you are just creating a QR code for your survey, and that QR code is automatically generated. You just need to download it and you will be pasting it up. So pasting can be done on either some pamphlets or the paper, and then what respondents, or also if you are having your own business cards, so that will be creating a QR code. And once the people or any like students, when they are responding to that QR like scanning that QR code, they can then open up the survey like survey link or the survey, and then they can respond it. So that is just generating a QR code. So you can also generate QR code, you can paste it on the different platforms, and people will then able to respond by scanning that QR code. And the last option is by respondents. So as you are aware, that is we also provide up with the database for the responses. So if you are like searching out for a particular database, that is if I want responses from all the IT CEOs of India, then we are or we'll be providing you with the email ID with the name and number of all those people, and it will be charged thing for you. That is if your like survey is that specific, depending upon the respondents if you want, because you cannot have for a very important survey responses from any random people. You need to have it from the people who are actually into that field itself. So if that survey is related to all like such people, and if you need to have like respondents, or maybe if you want to have a database, then we are also providing that. You can just get back to us, you can specify your details, that is which all like data, what all database you require. And depending upon the geolocation, depending upon the number of IDs or the number of email IDs you want, it will be charged. So you can just get back to us through either writing us to as you know the basic ones, edu@questionpro.com, or also edu-india@questionpro.com, or also by like going on our main website, that is, and through the 24/7 help chat support. So the ones which you already know. And I'm going to my main website, the help chat support. It's 24/7 available. You can just go up there and you can enter up your query. You can also enter up whatever requirements are there, and we will be getting back to you immediately, and that database will be provided to you depending upon the respondents you are asking for. So this was all about collecting responses either through different platforms which we have already provided to you. Then the next platform, that is you can also collect the responses through mobile app.
Hey Prajakta.
So I'll just, hey Tripti.
Prajakta, before we cover mobile, actually we were getting a few of the questions from the students regarding the survey logic. So probably we could answer that first of all, and then later on we could move to the mobile part.
Surely.
Sure, right. I'll just unmute a few students. So we have one of the student, Akhilesh, with us. I'll just unmute him once.
Sure.
Akhilesh, are you there? Hey, Akhilesh. Hi, Akhilesh. Are you able to hear my voice? I guess there is some disturbance happening. He is unavailable right now. Wait, hold on. We have another student also, Mahesh, with us.
Okay.
Uh, Hi, Mahesh. Are you able to hear my voice? No. There seems to be some sort of misconnection in the webinar. Just hold on.
Have you unmuted him,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
students?
yeah. I've unmuted them. For some reason, I'm not. Um, for some reason, I'm not able to hear his voice, although he is He's messaged me separately saying that he is speaking. Apparently there happens to be some sort of mic problem, I believe.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Mahesh, are you there?
You can just put in his.
Right. Students, if anyone else has a few questions for us, you could probably raise your hands right now and we would be unmuting you and you could ask your direct questions to Prajakta. We'll be happy to address any of the industry specific questions that you might have. Okay. So actually there is one question that has come across wherein people are asking to explain the randomizer option once again. So probably if you could cover that quickly, Prajakta.
Surely, surely.
Yeah.
So I'll just show for the survey,
Right, right.
which is already designed.
Yeah.
So randomization is nothing but you can randomize the questions which are there under your survey, or also you can randomize the options under the question which is given out. So a separate question type can also be added up from here. That is, if you can see, just a second. Yes, it's an advanced, and you can see a logic. So if I click on this randomizer, so see, once I'm clicking upon that, I can randomly choose either one or also among the list. So there are two types of randomization can be added up. If I want to randomize all the questions which are given out in the survey, or if I want to randomize only few questions which I want like among the complete survey. So for example, if I'm selecting here all the questions, so all questions will be automatically randomized. But if I'm selecting few questions, then it will be displaying only one question randomly to the respondent based upon my selection. So if I'm selected this all questions, that is the first 5 questions, and if I'm saying randomly choose one question and display, so I won't be able to see all the questions. I'll be randomly displayed with only one question among these 5 questions, and then the rest of the questions will be displayed. But if I choose, that is randomize the order of the list of questions, then I can actually give out some text for that. That is your questions are randomized, and then all the questions will be randomized. So even if students are sitting beside each other, so the question which will be displayed to them will be randomly displayed. So maybe question number 1 can be question number 10 for the next student who is sitting beside each other. And in a similar manner, if you want to randomize the options under the question, so maybe again I'm going on settings. So see, under settings, under advanced, you can see randomize options. So if I've selected this particular question, and if I want to randomize the options which are displayed to the respondent, I just need to go under settings, under display answer, display order as either ascending, descending, default, or also the randomize options. So this was about randomization logic. That is, you can actually randomize the questions under the survey, or you can also randomize the options under every question. So I hope Tripti this satisfies the question which was being asked.
Right, right, Prajakta. I think it has nicely been covered. I'll just try unmuting this guy once again.
Surely.
Hi, Mahesh, are you able to hear me now? No, I believe there is some sort of disturbance from his end because he's trying to message me, but I'm not able to hear his voice. That's fine. We have another student with us. Uh, all right. I believe, Prajakta, that is it for now. Let's just continue on the mobile part, and later on, probably if there are other questions, we can try unmuting the students and check later, right?
Okay, okay, surely, no
Yeah,
problem.
yeah.
So guys, we'll be moving next on the part of mobile platform. That is initially, as I said, apart from the send options, that is apart from collecting the responses from different platforms which are already displayed up here, you can also collect the responses from your mobile. So what this helps you is like instead of carrying pen and paper to the different people whose email IDs or you don't know, or if they are not available on your social media accounts, this actually mobile platform actually helps you to collect the responses from all those common people on your mobile platform, or maybe iPhone, iPad, or any of the tabs, and that will be collected in the offline mode on your phones. And once you come back into the internet connectivity, that data which is taken in the offline mode will be again synced back to the survey. So what you need to do is you can just download the QuestionPro offline app. QuestionPro is a single word. Do not give space between question and pro. So once you enter QuestionPro offline app, you'll be then asked with a user key. So this is the user key which is unique to every account. Do not copy paste of your friend, because it will help him to log out from his own device and it will be logged into your. So this is a unique key which is given out under every account. You just need to enter this key on your mobile phone, and once that is done, you can then see all the surveys which you have created on your desktop on your phone. So then the respondent, that is, you can just ask the people on like any people randomly. You can just hand them over your phone and just ask them, that is, please fill this survey out for me, because maybe it's my educational research survey. And once that is done, you can then come back. You can see a synchronize button at the bottom right corner of the phone. Once that is being clicked, once coming back into the internet connection, all the responses which are taken on the phone will be synced back with the account, and then you can analyze it. So you can only collect the responses on the phone. You cannot create a survey on the phone. So it's an offline app for collecting the responses, not for creating a questionnaire. You need to compulsory create it on either the desktop or the laptop, and then you can collect the responses on your phones or your tabs. So I would like to give you an example that is where this was actually been used. We had a student from, I think he was from Wellington, Mumbai, a student. So they had conducted a survey wherein the guy was standing on airport, and he had conducted a survey for Government of India, that is, does the people who are exiting the airport, does they know about the Indian customs rules and regulations. So he collected on his tab from the people who were exiting the airport around 500 responses. That data was then synced back. That data was completely analyzed, and the report was being submitted. So he actually got placed through that complete information which he provided to the government. And in a similar manner, you can also use this apps in your colleges. That is, if there are few events going on in your like in your colleges, and if you want to have respond like maybe a response from the speaker who is exiting, so you can just hand him over the phone. You can ask him, how did you find the students, were they attentive, would you like to come for the next year. So in a similar manner, you can just collect the responses from the people, then you can do the analysis based upon that, and like it can be used in different manners. That is the offline app. So now, as you can see, there is only one user key which is given out. If you want to have multiple keys, that is, you can also add device key. So what this is like, if you want to collect the responses from different platforms, it can be phone, it can be your tab, So for different devices, you need to have different device keys. If, as I said, this key is unique for every account, this key cannot be entered on multiple devices. So if it's done, you will be actually logged out from the other device. So you can ask us, that is, you need to get back to us if you want to have more number of device keys, and it will be actually a charged option for you. If you like, depending upon the answer keys you are, sorry, device keys you ask for, it will be charged option for you. And once that is, you have been asked, based upon your requirements, we'll be providing you with the device keys, and it will be a charged option for you. So in a similar manner, you can actually use this offline app for collecting the responses from common people. And yep, that is about the app. So Tripti, do you have any questions?
Right, right. I think we are done with the webinar over here. I believe you have covered almost all the topics for the webinar today. We have one of the students named Sudeep Kumar with us. I'll just try unmuting him once.
Sure.
Yeah. Hi, Sudeep. Are you there? Just hold
Yes,
on.
ma'am. Myself, Sudeep Kumar. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Hello.
Hello, Sudeep.
Hi Sudeep. This
Yeah,
is Praju.
please go on. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. So the first thing, the webinar was really quite interesting. I believe ma'am has covered a lot of things which I was unaware of about QuestionPro. However, going back to the send options, Prajakta ma'am mentioned that we can have the service authenticated. So we can have email ID and password, or maybe a global password set for a particular survey. And she also mentioned that we will have to first inform the respondents of like what the password for accessing the survey is, right?
Right.
So how can we inform, like if I'm sending out the survey to uh, say uh, say 500 people. So how can I inform all these 500 people that to access the survey you'll have to use this particular user ID and password, or something of that sort? So if you can just uh, help me with this.
Sure, Sudeep. That was a great question being asked. I would surely like to explain you it completely. Just give me a moment.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, Prajakta, are we clear on the question?
Yes, Sudeep. I'm just editing the
All right,
things.
all right, all right, all right. No, I thought that probably if you wanted, we could ask Sudeep to repeat the question once again.
Just a second. I'll just do it. Maybe then we can again
No
connect.
problem, no problem. Yeah, yeah.
Hi, Sudeep. Sudeep, you there?
Yes, ma'am. I believe I was muted. Uh, can you hear me now, ma'am?
Okay. Yes, yes, yes. So I'm sorry for the disturbance. You can actually, in the options here, which you have seen the send option, when you are going under the templates, you need to, I had explained this, that is you need to, you can add the variables from here. So initially when I'm sending out a password, when I'm sending out the email, in the template itself, I can include the password. So if I'm saying, hello, your password is initially, it is being given out. So if, for example, in the file which I had downloaded, which I had created, custom 3 is the password thing. So
Oh,
then I will be adding from here, that is your password is, and I'll be clicking on custom 3. So it will be automatically fetching the password from the Excel sheet, and that will be going out to those people. So if till the means from there they can actually see their passwords, and they can actually then enter the password and then respond to the survey.
oh. So we will have different passwords for all different respondents, right?
Right. See, from here you can see for the first respondent, it will be the password this. Then you can actually set all the different passwords.
Oh, okay. And there was an option of a global password, I think. So global password would be the same password for everyone, right? Like
Yes,
if
yes,
I
yes. In the global thing, it will be the similar password for all of the people.
Okay. I got this point, ma'am. So we will be using custom variables to in the email invite, right? So this is quite clear.
Right.
But then will we also have to set this password like uh, we define the password in the custom variable, but then how the system will understand that this is the password? Like, do we tell the system from somewhere that this is the password for this email address?
Yes, just a second. So for that, you just need to go on edit. Under security, you can do the survey authentication. So see, from here, you can actually set out a global password, and either the second option can be individual email ID and password. So it can be either the individual ones or it can be a global password. You can set it from here under edit, security, and survey authentication. And once that has been set, you just need to save changes from here.
Oh, okay, okay. Got it, ma'am. So that should be it then.
All
That
right,
was the only question that I had. Thank you very much, ma'am.
right. Thank you, Sudeep.
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Um, Prajakta, I don't see any more further like hands being raised. I'll just try and unmute a few more students and let's see if anyone has a query for us. So Akash Tyagi is one of the students who has been attending the webinar today. I'll just try and unmute Akash Tyagi. Hi Akash.
Sure.
Akash, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Akash, are
Hello?
you there?
Yes, ma'am. I'm listening there. Yes, ma'am.
Can you
Hello?
speak a bit loudly? Yeah, I'm not able to hear you clearly actually.
Hello, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Akash, hi.
Hello?
How did you find
Are
the
you hearing my voice,
webinar
ma'am?
today?
Hello?
Yeah, Akash.
Hello?
Yeah, we are able to hear you.
This is my same question.
What
Just,
was your question?
just give me some.
Acha, the one that Sudeep asked?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right, all right. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
We have another student, Namburi Anil. I guess he has raised his hand. I'll just try and connect with him. No. Hi, Neha. Are you there?
Yeah.
Hey, thank you for attending the webinar. First of all, we could see that you've been attending the webinar since the beginning. We just wanted to
Yeah.
ask you and take a feedback as to how did you find the webinar? Was it helpful in any way?
It was really really helpful. I've seen quite of my few of my friends using QuestionPro in college,
Okay.
but I never used it. But now I think in detail it makes more sense.
Right, right. So from which college are you, Neha?
Yeah. I'm from Vignanjoti Institute of
Oh,
Management.
nice, nice, nice. All right.
Yeah.
So did you also attend the part one webinar?
Yes, I did.
All right. So it is making sense to you, right? Do you
Yeah.
have any questions for us today? Probably related to your internships, or how probably Question Pro could fit in more, and if it could help you in any way at all.
Actually, I don't think I need to use a questionnaire in my internship,
Oh,
but this is helpful. Yeah.
all right, all right. No problem at all,
Yeah.
Neha. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yep.
Fine. Prajakta, I don't see any more questions coming in, and nor are the hands being raised. Students, if you have any questions for us related to your internships, probably if you want to discuss a few of the topics from your internships, or if probably you feel that you're stuck somewhere and on the Question Pro platform itself, and if you want us to help you guys out, you can raise your hands actually right now, and we will be happy to answer these questions out for you. So let's just give it a 1 minute break. Okay, so we have one student, Saujanya. Saujanya, I'm unmuting you right now. Hi, Saujanya. Are you
Yeah, I
there?
have a hi.
Hi,
Yes,
how are
yes,
you?
I'm there. I'm good. Is it Garima?
No,
Because it,
no, no. So I am Trupti, and Prajakta is conducting the webinar today. Yeah. So Garima must be the account manager from Question Pro that you are having a conversation with, right?
right, right.
All right.
So I actually am almost done with the question pro survey and data collection part. So
Right.
I thought it would have been much helpful if this session was held prior before. But now I
Oh.
have a doubt. Like I've already got all the responses, and then I had to get the reports, survey reports,
Mm-hmm.
and analyze it using SPSS.
Right.
So the Excel data that I have, that question two has generated was not in an order which I could analyze using SPSS. So
Okay.
I think that was a question related to session 3, but as we have time, you can clarify it.
Right.
So
Right.
my question was something on the basis of there were a few parameters and they would have to rate from ranging from 1 to 5,
Mm-hmm.
least satisfied to highly satisfied.
Okay.
So the report that was generated was like for each parameter they had 1 to 5 numbers,
Hmm.
and it was like a binary response type of Excel sheet that was generated.
Okay.
But that I couldn't use it for SPSS.
All right. So,
So how do
although
I
Saujanya,
tell
we
you?
do have an option to directly download the report, the data into SPSS format. In case you have SPSS already installed onto your system,
Yes.
you will be able to do that, right? Now, once you've
Yes.
downloaded the report, in case you're saying the numbers were appearing in a binary format, probably what you could do is you already have our email ID. We need to look at the report once and see as to what you're referring to. If you could share the report copy with us, we will be definitely be able to help you out and give you a way as to how do you take it ahead. Will that be all
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
that would be fine.
Yeah, so you can write an email to us on edu-india@questionpro.com, or if you're already in touch with Garima, you can like share the report with Garima, and we will have this thing taken care of, right?
Right. Sure.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sojanya. All right. Any further questions? We also have one of the campus ambassadors with us, Elizabeth. I could see Elizabeth was attending the part one webinar also just happening before this session. So probably Elizabeth might have some questions. Hi, Elizabeth.
മ്യൂട്ടൊക്കെ പോയല്ലോ ഓക്കെ ആ എന്താണ്
Elizabeth, are you there?
എന്താ പറയാ നിന്നുള്ള കുഞ്ഞോ
No, I guess they're not available. Fine. Prajakta, I think we've wrapped up the webinar well, really well. In fact, the all the topics were covered quite in detail. So you can wrap up the webinar from your end now.
Okay, thank you so much, Tripti. Guys, thank you so much for attending the webinar. I hope you find it helpful. You can add all the logics to your survey. You can get back to us at any time, either through the help chat support, or you can also write us at edu-india@questionpro.com. You can send out your report so that we can actually help you out to analyze it as well, for adding a few of the questions, or also for other options if you have any query at any moment. So yeah, that's all. Thank
Yeah,
you so
and
much for
one more
attending.
thing, right?
For the next
Yeah, the
next
next
week, we'll
webinars.
be covering up. Right. So for the next webinars, it will be conducted on 31st, 1st, and 2nd.
Right.
The next week, the Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And if for now we have covered till send options, then next part will be covering out the reports and the managed data. That is, or the different types of reports which are available with under QuestionPro platform, and under in which all formats you can actually download that data and then perform analysis upon it. All this will be covered next week.
Right.
So I hope you attend it, and it will be finally helpful for you for designing your final year reports.
Also,
So thank you so much.
yeah, also for the guys who haven't attended, the part one webinar, because I could see a question being asked in the beginning of this webinar today. So in case you haven't attended the part one webinar as of now, we will be hosting another session on Tuesday at the same time, 7:30 to 9. You can register yourselves. We'll be sharing the webinar registration links with each one of you. In case you or your friends haven't attended the webinar, please feel free to write us, or you can directly register yourselves on the link also, right? Fine. Thank you so much, guys, for attending the webinar today. We had a great time, and we really hope that you guys are taking away something from these webinars that are being conducted for you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Have a good night, everyone. Prajakta, we can end the session from your end.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, guys. Good night.